have reached Red Steele ThunderCats Review. I'm your man, Red Steele, and today I have a very special review because I'll be reviewing the Masters of the Universe ThunderCats crossover, Lion-O. Masters of the Universe crossover ThunderCats Lion-O. But before I get into the actual review, I just want to go over some of the spectacular details on this packaging. Up front here, two will split and show you what the figure and all its accessories inside. On the top here, you have the Masters of the Universe logo. Below that, you have the ThunderCats logo. And down here it says Lion-O, Lord of the ThunderCats. In the corner here, you have a 6+, which is an age requirement for this figure. Now, the back of the packaging here, on the top corner it says, Lion-O, Lord of the ThunderCats, battles back the ancient forces of evil from Third Earth to Eternia. Middle here, you have a beautiful illustration of Lion-O doing battle with Skeletor/Mumra, and over here you have a profile shot of Lion-O. Below that it says, Lion-O, Lord of the ThunderCats, and over here you have a yellow starburst that reads, includes comic book. Down here you have an illustration of some of the figure's features, and below that it says, Sheathed Sword of Omens, on two back. Over here we have a cross of all the other available figures, and down here you have the Mattel emblem, and next to that it says, empowering generations through play. Masters of the Universe crossover ThunderCats Origins Lion-O. Lion-O was released July 2025 with the suggested retail price of $21.48, and he is available exclusively at Walmart. Lion-O was released along with the other Masters of the Universe crossover ThunderCats Origin Wave 1 figures, Cheetara and Battle Catman. Lion-O has 16 points of articulation, and his accessories include 2 interchangeable hair looks, swappable armor, harness, removable face armor, shoulder armor, claw shield, 2 different belts, Sword of Omens, mini comic book, and instructions. Lion-O stands 5.5 inches tall, and he is meant for fans ages 6 and up. Now that I have Lion-O on my display table, I just want to go over some of his play features and accessories. First, I talk about his mini comic book, New Eternia, which features most of the Wave 1 figures, including Lion-O, Battle Catman, and Cheetara, but you also have He-Man and Panther, who are going to be released in future waves. Up here on top, you have Masters of the Universe, you have the crossover symbol, then you have ThunderCat. And inside here, you have where the story kind of gets into the crossover, where you have Skeletor, you have Lion-O, and you have Tyra. On the next page here, you have an appearance by Panther and Cheetara, and on the final cover here, you have where Skeletor transforms the Skelra, who is a crossover between Skeletor and Mumra. Then on the back cover here, you have a crossover of all the other available figures in Wave 1. I'm going to put this off to the side, but you also get some instructions, which I think is really, really cool. And I'm very thrilled because this is a figure where you can have 2 for 1, where you have the crossover figure between Masters of the Universe and ThunderCats, but you can also convert this figure into the standard Lion-O, which I really, really dig because, you know, in the past, I've never seen a decent Lion-O figure, even starting with the LJN figure from the 80s. That wasn't a great figure, and I've not yet seen a great Lion-O figure. I'm hoping this will be the first of that, maybe trend. But I'm gonna go and put this off to the side because Lion-O here is pretty cool. You got the shoulder armor here that features a lion. You got, of course, his claw shield right here. You have that loincloth, that Masters of the Universe loincloth right here. And you have this chest armor here that kind of resembles He-Man's chest armor, but it has that ThunderCats insignia on top here. You have face armor here. And what's really, really cool about these Origin figures is they're very customizable. We can kit bash and you can take them all apart, and you can throw a bunch of pieces in a pile, and you can pretty much customize your own figure. I mean, there's so many crossovers. I mean, Masters of the Universe Origins has crossover WWE, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, and ThunderCats, and many, many other options right now. And I think it's really, really cool. So, I mean, the options are endless. You can customize so many different figures out of this whole Origins toy line. This Origins toy line is very underrated. I think Not a lot of people can appreciate what Mattel has done with this toy line. It's very, very nice. But I also dig the fact that if you want to have a crossover figure, you can. But you can also purchase a second one, and you get Lion-O figure, which I think is really, really cool. But I'm going to take apart this figure, but let me go over some of the options. I mean, look at the detail on this figure. You got this shoulder armor here, which is molded out of a blue metallic plastic here, where it does have like a metallic sheen to it, where you shine to certain angles of light, you get that like the metallic luster. Same for this chest armor here. You get that standard loincloth for a lot of the Master Universe figures, but this is removable. You could also take this off, and you could actually have them displayed as the actual ThunderCat figure. You got the boots here, with the furry boots here, which is standard with Master Universe, and you got this little gauntlet right here, which I think is really, really cool. But I'm going to go ahead and take apart this figure to show you how customizable it is, because all these figures can pretty much come apart. I'm going to go ahead and pull off this claw shield, whoop, and I pulled off the arm at the same time to show you how easy these figures come apart. But you can just put them right back in, because you got this little tapered peg right here. You just plug it right into the shoulder socket just like that, and you have Lion-O with his shoulder armor in. And I unclip this chest armor, and you just pop him from the waist just like that. Very, very easily done. Take his fist here, you can pop out his wrist, and you take the gauntlet off. You can take the head off also, which I'll show you, but you can put it back on also. Very, very customizable, and I really, really love it. This figure so far looks nice. And it looks like this blue shirt could come off too, which I'm not going to do for purposes of this review. But the loincloth does come off, just like that. I'll take some of these crossover pieces and put them off to the side. And I'm going to take this boot off. You can take this boot off, but you got to keep the shoe. And I noticed inside the shoe here, they label them right and left, which is really, really nice. So you don't get confused and put the wrong foot on the wrong leg. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Take that off. And I'm going to take these Master Universe pieces and put them off to the side. And I'm going to bring in some of the ThunderCat pieces. You have the standard Lion-O hair here. You have the ThunderCats belt here. You have Lion-O's hand here. And you have his boots. Very, very nice. I'm going to go ahead and put his boots together. And you got a tapered peg at the end of the shin right here, or the ankle. Plug it right into the foot, just like that. And it goes in real nice. And you got that kind of a ball socket joint and a hinge joint right there. So you got one boot right there. Some of the other boot. It's very, very tight. These figures are nice because they're nice and tight. So there's no fear of them becoming loose anytime soon, especially if you're a collector and you're just going to have them displayed. So I'm guessing that's the right foot. And I love that they put the R and L inside the shoes, so you can pretty much put the right foot on the right leg, just like that. And it's starting to look like Lion-O again. Go and do it to the other side. Look at the other boot. You got Lion-O with both his boots, which is really, really cool. And I'm going to take his belt. And his belt's a little tight. You gotta kind of force it around his waist, which I really, really do dig, because you won't have the belt like flopping around or loose or anything. It looks like it's part of the mold almost. Very, very nicely done. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop his torso back on. Yeah, it's looking really nice so far. Take his hand here. It's so easy to customize these figures. As you can see, you got a little peg at the end of the hand right here. You got a tapered peg. You got the little porthole at the end of the wrist. Put that new hand right into the wrist, just like that. Do that to the other side. Take that other one, plug it right into the wrist, just like that. You hear that little satisfying pop. That means you got the wrist. And I'm gonna take this other hair with the head armor, put it off to the side. I'm gonna take a standard hair and put it on, and it feels very tight. So I hope we get it in perfectly. There we go. Now I have Lion-O with his hair. He's starting to look really, really good. I am kind of impressed. This is probably the best Lion-O figure I've had my hands on. And I have not really seen the Super 7 version of Lion-O, but this one looks really, really nice. I am very, very satisfied. And you got the little claw shield here. The nice thing is they put a little peg on the inside here. And inside the belt here, they put a little porthole, so you can actually store his claw shield on his belt like he does in the actual cartoon series. And now you have Lion-O as his standard Lion-O figure, which I think is really, really cool, and I'm very impressed. I'm very happy with this figure. I'm just so satisfied that I don't have all the standard ThunderCats in their form, because I'm probably going to display my ThunderCats in their standard ThunderCats form as opposed to the crossover, which is a nice feature. It's nice that I have those additional parts. The last accessory I want to bring in is the Sword of Omen, and this is fantastic. I mean, you got the Eye of Thundera right there, and you have the ThunderCats insignia on the other side. Very, very cool. It just kind of stinks they didn't include the smaller version of the sword, but this is really cool. And I mean, if this line takes off, they will probably release that smaller version of the Sword of Omens. But this is nice. I mean, it's molded out of like a metallic silver plastic, and it has that sheen. And I'm glad they didn't go the route where they did that vac seal or chroming. Chroming does not last, and I think you get more of a shelf life. And I hope this is not the gray plastic that yellows quickly. So I'm hoping that maybe this one will last. Even if it does, it won't look bad. But you take the sword and you just put it right into his hand, just like that. And now you have Lion-O armed with this Sword of Omens. This is a fantastic figure. But I'm going to rotate him around so you guys can see what it looks like from all angles. But if you guys found any of the information in this review valuable, please like and share this video. Also, if you really enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel. And while you're there, click the bell to be notified of any future videos. I want to thank you guys for watching Red Steele's Toy Collector Review. I'll check you guys out next time.